Your move, old goat.
Pretty.
Wo afaweer sun urk vonir ook. Oeksier sa feet kup wo sarkir.
Put that sword back, lout! Surely there was never a minister as unlucky as Minister Sheng to suffer such insolence.
Koni onu you tashika wheel fonil sataraponi?
And still poor Minister Sheng suffers the insults of tradesmen who know nothing of justice. Where would I put the lout? My jail has been burned to the ground, along with my office, I might add. I have no place to put thieves, so stop questioning your betters.
Things have never been easy in Tian's Landing.
The Emperor won't allow those slaving pirates to keep attacking the village.
I'm gonna be a thief when I grow up. They're tough. But I ain't gonna be the kind who steals.
Life seems normal enough here. You could almost ignore all that has happened.
The folks of this town were kind at first, but now they're starting to annoy.
This is bad. Oh, this is bad. River dried up, pirates everywhere. This is worse than the long drought. Yeah, get on with your day, youngster. We're just passing time.
Yes? Is there something you want? Nothing to concern yourself over. Very old business. I traveled this way when I was fleeing the Lotus assassins. It was nothing. Some vagrant waif I passed off after making sure its belly was full. A far less surprising turn than what Wei said about your Master Li. I know Hui to be a truthful and honorable person, much more so than I consider myself to be. I do not question her belief, but belief alone is not enough. What if it is true? Much will have to change to accommodate this truth. It means the Emperor lied about Li's death, and he may have assaulted the heavens. The Emperor subject to the common vice of deception. Unthinkable. No, he is not. He is Emperor Sun Hai. He is as close to the heavens as a mortal can be. I warn you, this will lead in a dangerous direction for you and Dawnstar. I cannot condone it, but I have agreed to help, and I will. Just don't blame me when the whole world is against you. You and your companions have shown me a path I previously thought closed. Give me no more thought than that. Now, is there anything else? I am always agitated. It is because of my training. We were taught that we were always being watched, always being stalked. In many cases, it is actually true. You likely have similar feelings. When trained to be as vicious as the assassins, or when you are the protege of a famous master, you tend to attract unwelcome interest. I wonder how you will react to this scrutiny. I also wonder if your fellows will stand by you when the true weight of what you claim becomes known. Once again, I cast doubt upon myself. It seems I am destined to garner suspicion even if my actions remain neutral. The sides of the coming conflict seem very well defined. That will not always be the case. It is sometimes difficult to see the truth behind the actions of others. Enough. I don't have anything else relevant to say. Perhaps I will when I have seen more of what you are capable of and what your master intends. Goodbye, then.
Hey? What do you want? I'm Wei. Some call me Old Wei, but that's because they don't know Old Chan. If I'm old, he's ancient. He's at least a week older than me. Of course, we're both pretty old compared to most of the people in Tien's Landing. Why, most of them don't even remember what it was like before the flood. "18 years ago, Emperor Sun was young and flush with success from ending the drought. He began public works all over the empire, including the Great Dam downriver. The workmen came and started building it near our town. We were not engineers, and so we were not sure what it would mean. Some worried that it might flood us out. Most were unconcerned. After all, if there were any danger, the Emperor would tell us, surely. One day, the Great Dam was finished, and the floodgates were closed. The town flooded. We took what we could and fled. Mothers ran about screaming for their children who'd gone out to play. Children screamed for their dogs. Some folks climbed to the roofs of their houses and refused to leave. We survivors straggled upriver. Some collapsed from exhaustion, but the water kept rising. I carried a boy and a girl, and I saw another boy fall, but I couldn't carry him. Finally, I fell over too, and when I woke, I found the water had stopped rising. The Great Dam had created an enormous lake, and we settled our new town on the banks. The lake completely covered the ruins of our town. Life went on, but no word ever came from the imperial city. No warning, no explanation. Did we displease the Emperor, or were we just beneath his notice? I will never know. The crewmen who manned the Great Dam would come to town sometimes, but they knew no more than we. I will go to my grave never knowing. You look like you know how to fight. You look like you can stand up for yourself, so you don't understand. We are villagers. We farm and fish. We live at the mercy of the gods, nature, and the Emperor. If one or all of these masters is kind, it is good. If one or all choose to be cruel, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to get the fish hauled in. A few months ago, the Emperor's engineers and soldiers left. They just went off in the night. Soon after, the Great Dam opened on its own. There wasn't anyone around. The water drained, revealing the old ruins. And underwater these 18 years. And now they're back. I don't know what made the great dam open. Some say it was ghosts. They say those who died in the town don't want to be forgotten. Oh, thank you for listening, youngster. Not many do anymore.
Ignore the spots. You won't catch anything from me.
Ah, I see the glint of intelligence, nobility, wisdom, consideration, and piety in your eye. A fine day to you. What can I sell you? I'm afraid I do not. Just a few years ago, you could find wind maps everywhere, although only the rich needed them with their airship racing. Recently, the wind maps have disappeared. I know that when the Emperor's men left Tien's Landing, they took all the wind maps with them. There are those who say, but it is not important. Some say that Death's Hand is collecting all the wind maps and destroying them so that only he and his minions may travel freely about the Empire. However, I do not believe such talk. I believe firmly in the goodness, kindness, and wisdom of our Emperor and all those around him. Absolutely not. How dare you question our beloved Emperor? Absolutely not. Please stop talking to me. If you will desist from your traitorous talk, we can speak once more about buying and selling. I have the finest selection of seed, I carry excellent baskets, wonderful fishnets, and superb boat scrubbers. I have a cloak so warm it's like a weapon against the cold. I have a scrubber so good that it cleans like magic.
Just figure that out, did you?
A completely unfair assertion, after all. Who wouldn't want a basket so big you can carry 2 babies in it? Very well. When you're ready to spend, I am ready to sell.
Konionuyu, kokir tatasinan. Sun puno onuyusir taikunpa ibnano pir ni wonun. Wo kausoir no ka wowo tarawail shaksir o finopifu. Owo sair o yukap tantarundano wo tarawair shathir owo. Wo kausoir no ka wowo tarawail shaksir o finopifu. Wonoir efuir uk sun norgfonir sier sisitu. Sata afsoir uk napir anihir ninpir. Usosir uthak tarawair shathir owosu. Onuyuir napair wo quair shapshir fan onuyusair ikupan. Sair sankut noka o napar akwaifan u nakwair kosuwair. Ukir rafir sasir sonsirafir. Onuyuir napair wo quair shapshir fan onuyusair ikupan.
Lord Yun has put out a call for aid. Will none of you answer?
I work for the Ministry of Harmony, so leave me alone.
It is not easy to be Minister Sheng, beset with troubles and doom, and now interrupted by some difficult stranger. Truly, can you not see that I am busy watching my career slide into oblivion? Minister Sheng simply hasn't time for your petty concerns. I have problems of my own. The Ministry of Harmony, which oversees taxation and execution, usually in that order. But poor Minister Sheng oversees nothing in this dying town. Nothing but failure! This backwater pimple of a town lives off of the lake created by the Great Dam. But the Great Dam is open and the lake is dry. The town is dying. Under my supervision. Who cares about that? The Great Dam was opened by... No, I cannot say. It is too dangerous. Unless... Very well, you've convinced me. It was that horrible Inquisitor Lim. Lim oversees the Lotus Assassin operations in this area. A few weeks ago, he came to town and demanded a key to the ruins. Then his men went up there and opened the Great Dam. I didn't want the town to panic, so I kept Lim's presence here a secret. Better the peasants think it was ghosts. A much less terrifying idea. Inquisitor Lim has his assassins searching for something, though what it is I couldn't say. Minister Sheng knows better than to stick his nose in the business of the Lotus Assassins. Some brave soul must travel through the old ruins, which are absolutely not infested with ghosts, and close the Great Dam. The gate to the ruins is locked, but I have a key. I cannot order or even ask someone to go do this. If the Great Dam closes, the ruins will flood. Various assassins and soldiers will be killed. Not good for my career. But if I happen to lose the key and someone happened to find it, the town could be saved and the problem solved without any sanction from me. Not for me, certainly, because I never asked you to do anything, right? Now, I happen to know of a ship's captain down on the waterfront, Ing, I think, who is trapped here. He has a big cargo rotting in his hold. I am sure he would pay a good sum to anyone who could close the Great Dam. Of course, being a stranger, he'd not be able to tell you that you'd need to go through the ruins which lie through the West Gate. Tourists rarely know the lie of the land, you see. Minister Sheng remembers when flyers were reserved for the wealthy elite of the Imperial City. Now pirates use them to raid the countryside. Disgraceful. I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp upriver. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very accommodating. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes. Rue is surely the only one who would make the trip. And then the pirates would kill you. Yes, yes, go and leave Minister Sheng alone to ponder his troubles. Now go close the Great Dam, and I never said that.
There are ghosts wandering the land. I won't leave my house after dark.
Wosiwania sa ia sakaku usawa ia nu pakpoporo. noko wo ifawia ok kun one wipifia. Ok niko fia apania sasa tatasi no ni nano yok yo wea sonsi ya wo yo wea. Wonoa ea sususatia sonsi fania sonsi ifok. Ok niko fia apania sasa tatasi no ni nano yok yo wea sonsi ya wo yo wea. Ok niko fia apania sasa tatasi no ni nano yok yo wea sonsi ya wo yo wea. Ni wupa ea kupu sa ea Elworth kraka ea nano uksaro isowak mikano wo napia shathia uko. Ni wu sosawa ea wak tasi no ni nano yopa napia ifa ea ok. Ni wupa ea kupu sa ea Elworth kraka ea nano uksaro isowak mikano wo napia shathia uko. Ok niko fia apania sasa tatasi no ni nano yok yo wea sonsi ya wo yo wea. Wonoa ea sususatia sonsi fania sonsi ifok. Ok niko fia apania sasa tatasi no ni nano yok yo wea sonsi ya wo yo wea. Could kosi wiwa ya wo nawa ya ifo wia o ka wiki no. Oso awi e ni tu uksun puno.
Silver of this magnitude could help us in our efforts. Do not turn away from it lightly.
Piershat uk ni uksa ia sun puno kanhon wo ushashia uksa hiaka. Aworth utkua wo kokopia kawa ia elwo.
The Emperor won't allow those slaving pirates to keep attacking the villages. You'll...
There are ghosts.
Did you find Bay? Were you able to stop the thugs from hurting him? Of course. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I'm honored that one as great as you offered to help me at all. Thank you.
This here's a private club. Members only. No chance. It's braced from the other side. You can't get in unless you're a member. You can't. Just move along. Why didn't you say so in the first place? Go on in. They'll unlock the door for you.
Be careful. Trust no one in this place. We are a long way from your idyllic little village.
So, I hear you helped out Baker Bay today. Gave my boys a bit of a lesson, didn't you? They took it pretty hard. Even after all the beatings I gave them over the years, they still aren't used to losing to a girl. Maybe the humiliation will be good for them. That sounds like a threat. I don't respond well to threats. Besides, Bay's only getting what he deserves. He brought this on himself. Everyone thinks that Bay and that little seamstress make such a nice couple. But Bay already promised to marry me. I know what you're thinking. Why would Bay want to marry someone like me? I may not be a delicate little flower like Lon, but I don't want to run this gang forever. Someday I want a husband, maybe a little house, kids too. Bay promised to give me all that. He promised to marry me, and now he's trying to weasel out of it. But a promise is a promise. I won't forget that, even if he tries to. Yeah, you do that. Go tell Lon what kind of man Bay really is. See how she likes it when she finds out her perfect fiancé proposed to another woman.
You got something to say, you say it to Eileen. She's in charge. You got something to say... You got something to say...
Back again? Can't leave a girl alone, can you? Well, what do you want? Yeah, okay. If he has the guts to come here and face me, I'll talk to him. But I'm not going to let him weasel out of his promise.
Lan, what are you doing here?
I figure we better get all the secrets out, Bae. If Lan's going to marry you, she should know what kind of man you really are.
She said there was something I need to know, Bae. What's going on? What is she talking about? What? Bae, how could you?
I didn't. It's a lie. I haven't spoken to her in years. Not since we were kids.
Don't pretend like you don't remember, Bae. It was summer and we were sitting on a little raft catching fish. I was upset because Li Shan had called me ugly. I was crying, so you took my hand and said, "I think you're pretty, Ailing. And someday when we're grown up, I'll marry you."
What? But that was years ago. We were kids. We were only 6 years old. You can't hold me to that. Kids say all kinds of things, Ailing. Remember when you took my frog and I called you a bully? You swore you'd never speak to me again. But that same day you gave me the frog back. You said you'd never, ever, ever do anything to make me unhappy. Kids always say things like that. It doesn't mean anything.
It meant something to me, Bae. You were the only boy who didn't tease me, the only one I liked. You promised to marry me, and you're going to keep that promise. Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, Lon, let's go.
What? That's crazy.
You can't be serious. Ailing would kill her.
No! You don't win someone's love by hurting someone else. Come on, Bae. Let's get out of here.
Oh, no, you don't!
No. What? What have you done? By the Emperor, you've killed her.
Now we can be happy, Bae. Just the two of us.
You monster.
Bae? Bae? No! I'm sorry, Bae. I never meant to hurt you. Not you. You. This is all your fault. You had to stick your nose in and wreck everything. Now Bae's dead, and you're going to pay.
Spirit Thief! Dire Flame! Sleeping Tide! Stop! Dire Flame! Spirit Thief! Dire Flame! Die quietly! Leaping tiger. I will never. Spirit thief. You'll never win! Dire flame! Leaping tiger! That's much better. That's much better.